Hello, my name is Shadley. Welcome back for another episode of Hearthstone 3 Black Ice as PRC. So in previous episode we're still fighting over here Himeji. That's not going to end anytime soon. We did do landings in Hokkaido and northern Honshu. So we're hopefully clearing out Mutsu soon enough. We are currently under attack by some troops though, so that's actually one of the reasons why we still have the assault ships in here. If we need to, we can retreat troops into there. Ooh, and there will be more warship engine advance so we can get the torpedo boats an upgrade. Sure, we'll queue those two up. Speaking of torpedo boats, are we still doing... Okay, I don't think we're doing too much damage on the... Yeah, no, we'll stop the port strikes again. I guess that's alright. We'll just do naval strikes in here then. Not that they'll necessarily be sailing out of there anytime soon. But if they do, we can do something about it. Well, there we go. Now let's ground attack Zeruga. Well, yeah, doing ground attacks at Osaka is going to be a disaster. Oh, I think we just shatter a mercenary division, or elite light infantry division from the enemy. At least it went so far down in strength that that's probably the only option left for them. Right, how's the battle in Mutsu? They've still got the 3 units in there. We've got another infantry heading in. Oh, actually, right, the naval corps is close enough still. But how's this one's probably going to be too far away from any army HQs. That's where the army is. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, how long have we had the 7th Corps over here? Probably a decent while, actually. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and move that into... Well, we've got a headquarters over there that we need to pick up anyway. We'll regroup there. And Sapporo is going to be ours soon enough. I guess what I could do is I could take the other naval infantry as well and send it down south. So now we'll have 4 naval infantry joining into this combat, or total in this combat soon enough. We'll let the infantry take care of, all the regular infantry take care of the island itself. And then one of the naval infantry can do the island hopping all the way here. Actually, no, we can't hop all the way to there. What we can do, though... Oh, there's the small warship armament advance, so we can get the destroyer as a bit of an upgrade. But the light anti-aircraft comes up a bit ahead of time. Yeah, there we go. So let's get the destroyer underway. I suppose we could actually prioritize that a little bit. Not that there's a lot of submarines that we need to be fighting, admittedly. But there we go. We're bombing the airfields quite nicely, damaging some of the planes. So they're not as much of an issue right now. And there's going to be several other units from the enemy that will be shattering. Plus Iliescu is over here leading the combat. Oh, and there we go. Kanazawa. Oh, that is a bit of a painful attack there. But we did damage the airbase a decent bit. And some of the troops. Is the attacking troops, they're still... Oh no, there's not only garrisons anymore. Okay, that's going to be a little bit unfortunate. We're not out of supplies yet, but we definitely need to get the Mutsu situation sorted out. Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and send this one actually just down towards there. The infantry division can actually, you can go to Wakanai. And then once we've taken Sapporo, which we should be taking soon enough, we can then start heading into Hokkaido with some of those troops. Oh, repair rate increase. There we go. And engineer unit trading. Amphibious invasion tactics advance and amphibious ship defenses advance. That's very good. And that means... Oh, right. So the civil defense is ahead of time. So we'll drop that one. And then we've got the engineer unit trading ahead of time. We can also drop that one. So we're down to 177 research. It is already September, so we're not that far from getting a whole lot more new researchers. The entire line of 1946 techs. Right, so the enemy troops in Himeji, I mean, I'm really curious to see how massive this battle is going to be once it ends. But it might take quite a while still before that battle is over. Oh, there we go, we're doing another bombing around Mutsu. There we go, that's 400 casualties for the enemy. So we are going to be breaking through here soon enough, I reckon. And we'll go on into Sapporo, so this one can move in. Oh, right, so the division over here needs a new army. I'm going to assign this under... Kind of does need to be under an army group, but we don't have an army group that has room right now. Although I think we can get around that. Is this part of the... This is part of Mao. Then we got the... I suppose we've got the southern army group over here. Is there any armies that we could assign under this, perhaps? The coastal guards army could probably go there. That'll be good enough. The Mao Zedong, we could potentially bring this one a little bit closer. If we want to have another army underneath there. We will bring this to Qingdao. Now, it can't move, but it can redeploy, and redeployment allows it to still relocate, because it's got the political leaders, and those usually have, like, a massive negative speed. There's the Northern Garrison, that's under the main HQ anyway, but this one, if we put under Mao, it's still going to be too far away. But let's go ahead and get someone else in charge of that to units, all those units, then do we have any good... Oh, well, that's pretty decent leader still. Give that at the army, and then I suppose this one could... Well, let's put someone in there. Doesn't need to be anything too special. Actually, oh, Ho Chi Minh, right. We're actually going to unassign it for now, just so that these at least get some bonus in here, regardless. And how we... Okay, we're still trying to hold back the enemy units. I mean, there's a lot of garrisons. There's a couple other units that are mostly in bad strength already. But it mostly boils down to Mutsu. If we can clear out Mutsu... do we actually... Oh, no, there's no airfields in here. We can probably get Sapporo an airfield. And then the landing craft could probably move over there. Did we already bring in the... Right, we did not bring in the headquarters from the Himeji Akashi. There's a bit of air combat above it, but we are actually wrecking the enemies quite nicely. Not... Well, I don't know if the anti-aircraft guns over here have much of an impact, but they are at least slowly being built. So I'm sure that that will over time have a... something of an impact for the ground attacks that they're doing. But whether it's going to be enough or not remains to be seen. Right, do we have... So we have the headquarters in there. There's still one more infantry division, which actually I'm going to move that one south as well. We need to clear out Mutsu as soon as possible. So I'm willing to locate a bit more troops there. We can probably go ahead and send the 3rd Army into Sapporo. And the core HQs can stay there. Actually, it's the... So this core is under the 3rd Army, which this is at least close enough to it, but of course we don't have anyone to transport it over yet. That's the troops in Himeji. Mostly fine. We might need to retreat another mechanized division, though. That's 15. Yeah, we'll probably retreat that one. And then we got another... Oh, right, the 1st mechanized corps is already in the combat. Now, to be fair, it does have the heavy armor, so that should make quite a difference in the combat. Oh, and radar-guided bomb advance. There we go. Medium bombers get soft attack, hard attack, and sea attack, and jet bombers get those as well. Naval bombers get some sea attack. That should be pretty good. And we got some more small warship stuff. Right, this is why I suppose we need to get the destroyer class before we can unlock the next tiers. That's right. The Battle of Mutsu is still raging on. How's the numbers in the combat? They still got 13, almost 14,000 men. We've lost a bit of troops, but we've got some reinforcements underway. Oh, there we go. That's a bit of air combat over Moscow. We should be wrecking those German planes a decent bit, although we're taking a bit of losses there as well. But our troops now in the Eastern Front are mostly relocated from Ukraine already, going into Russia, and I suppose that's where we regroup first, or initially, and then from there what we'll probably do is we'll try to encircle Tula, or at least like get some troops in here, cut off up to Arsenevo, and then destroy some of these troops. It's not really much of the units, but every unit that we can destroy from the Germans, especially on the Eastern Front, is one more unit that we don't then need to worry about later on. Oh, and there's still a bombing in Ashinohe. That ain't good. Where's the... Right, the troops haven't arrived here yet. They'll take a little while before they are ready. But we could potentially land some more troops directly into the province. But I don't know if that's going to be... Oh, there we go. More troops are joining the combat. Hopefully enough to then break the enemy there, but I'm not entirely sure. Hashinohe is at least still holding. Although we may need to stop some of these attacks. Ooh, tailhook. There we go. Not that we have a lot of carrier aircraft, to be fair. But eventually we might have a few. And we do have a carrier underway. Yeah, we've got 2 light carriers actually underway. Because we haven't researched the carrier techs yet all that much. So they're not really all that good. Ooh. Those medium bombers didn't have a good time on the... bombing around in Tokyo this time around. But now that we're not constantly getting bombed in the Western Front, we're in a lot better situation in terms of... Well, not that much better situation in terms of officers yet, but it is definitely improving. And then, of course, in Himeji, we've got... Well, we can still keep these troops in combat. They've got 206 units now attacking. So they're just increasing the numbers there, slowly but surely. I suppose that's good enough. Oh, did we... Right, we're going to get another naval bomber, are we? I believe we should be. Well, let me just have a look at the defending troops over here. So some of them are running a little bit low on organization. And they're doing the bombing run. So we may need to indeed land the extra troops that we get into there directly. So that we can then maybe retreat some of these troops. Or if need be, we can retreat for now. And then let them even try to attack across the strait if need be. But can I retreat these into the... No, I can't retreat to the boat. And we're being bombed. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and stop these attacks. So at least we can hold on for a bit longer. It does mean that now the attacks in Mutsu are basically just from the other side of the straits and with the bombing runs that we're doing in there. But beyond that, there's not much impact from us. I do actually wonder, if we were to bring in the transport ships there, would that allow us to retreat? Because it seems like the landing craft doesn't really take the order well. I'll clear out those... Oh, and Peru wants to buy some copper. I suppose we can do that. Most of Hokkaido is already ours. How's the Japanese surrender progress, by the way? 33.7%. They still got basically max unity. With the Battle of Mutsu, I mean, I suppose if we can hold on to that... Himeji is going to be a decent battle for us. I think this one's going to be a problem, though. If we can't start retreating the troops from there... large fuel tank research advanced, there we go. Do we have any more planes that we could potentially bring in for that combat? That's too far away. We don't have a lot of airfields in here. Although, if we were to bring these into Vladivostok, then they should have the range. No, they don't have the range from there. I suppose what I could do instead is rebase in... well, I suppose they won't be rebasing into Sahara yet. Right, we need to retreat another mechanized division. We might need to send in a few more of these rested units now. Because we're running, well, not really low, but we have taken a decent casualties overall. But a rare combat over Moscow. Ooh, those planes are not looking too strong. How far? Okay, our troops are slowly arriving, and this is still within reach of the HQ, so actually this could be even closer. Well, it can stay there for now. Also, we did have another corps heading in here somewhere. Ah, there it is. That's going to Stalingrad right now. I suppose we can then relocate it from there. So how's the battle for Mutsu going? We are probably going to be wrecking at least one or two of the enemy units there. I'm hoping that troop ships arrive in here so we can start retreating some of the troops, because some of these are going to be surrendering otherwise very shortly. I really should have taken an extra province in here sooner rather than later. Oh, we got the landing craft waiting there. We have no other troops to land in there currently, but I'm hoping that we can, if we got the transports in there. Oh dear, those bombing runs are not helping at all. There's another naval bomber. Right, so we'll have all the ships in here, I suppose. Actually, what I could do, since this one's not really needed in here, I'm going to move it over here into Ushura Bay. What are the Soviets? Oh, the Soviets want our fuel. I mean, they do need the fuel, I do admit, but it's a bit ridiculous at times. Yeah, some of this light infantry is going to be in deep trouble very shortly. So I'm kind of hoping that I can start retreating the troops into the transport ships. I think the landing craft doesn't work, or the assault ships do not have the capability of loading up the troops from the shore. No, you still can't retreat in there. But I suspect... Oh, did they send in more troops into this? No. Still the same. Well, Oh! Iwami is trying to escape again. No, we do have... or should have the planes arriving here shortly as well. Well, once it's daytime. There's a good chance that the submarines will get some surprise strikes on it. Oh, there we go. Kushiro is a victory. So at least we are damaging the ship. And yes, we are bombing it. Oh, good. I have a feeling that we might lose some of these troops. Unless they can start retreating, but I don't think they can. Is the problem. Of course, if we were to get the Mutsu, or port of Mutsu, then things would be a lot easier. We could start retreating down that way. But that's not happening right now. I suspect that we might be losing some of these. I mean, there is a chance that once they run out of organization, they'll start retreating into the ships. But until then, we can't give them orders. So how far is the... Ah, there we go. The fleet is almost here. There's just one or two more bombing runs, and the light infantry will either surrender or start retreating to the ships. I'm not entirely sure which one's going to happen. It could be either. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and redeploy this one down south. I don't think we need too many units to clear out the rest of the island. So just preparing for the... Oh! Wait, you are redeploying through there, but no. I want you to... No, I don't want you to go there. I want you to redeploy Satana first, I suppose, because we don't want to utilize the ships for that if we can avoid it. Okay, I wonder if I start moving this one out of the way. Well, then maybe realize that there is... Nope, okay. And you're going to just stay there. At least the bombing run in Mutsu was okay. Yokohama, we did a bit of runway crashing. There's still the troops in Mutsu, though, that are causing some issues. Oh, there we go, another 1,300 casualties in Shiruka. They have brought in a bit more troops into Wakayama as well. Now, there is a chance that we'll lose this entire core of troops, which is unfortunate. Now, the moment of truth, will that start retreating, or will it surrender? It's not dead yet, I suppose it's night time, so we're not taking that much casualties. It might shatter, well, no, it's not going to shatter, it's going to run out of organization. Question is it going to be completely destroyed, or is it... Oh, it is retreating to the ships. Okay, good. So we can save this. Oh, and Himeji Akashi, there's a bit of close air support trying to fly in, and it... Well, that's not going to be flying for a while. There's not a lot of planes left in that squadron, that's for sure. Right, so we cleared out that. Can we actually get in here? We can. Okay, there we go. And that's, right, that's the only one that we can take. But that's the Kuril Islands. We can at least start clearing out some of that. And I suppose, at least since we're retreating from Mutsu, we could, once we get the troops in here, we can land some of these units instead. And then hold on to the province for a little bit longer while we take the port. Because I'm pretty sure that over time, we are going to win the combat in Mutsu. It's just a matter of time. We haven't taken that much casualties in trying to do this. Ooh, and there we go. Coming around in Yokohama. How are we doing in the Western Front now? Our troops are starting to appear, but most of them are still awaiting some reinforcements, and the Soviets are probably having a bit of problems in Ukraine right now, but I suppose they have more supplies in there currently then. I suppose since I'm not taking any... Oh, and Tula's already been retaken. Alright, then Oral is kind of abandoned. Currently, at least. We'll wait for some more of the troops to arrive, but yeah, we can probably, at least next episode, we can start doing some more operations in the west. Hey, we've gotten back to 90% officer ratio as well. There we go. Right, so the troops in Hashinohe can still hold on. Although they are probably running a little, well... They still got quite a bit of supplies actually in there. So I'm not too worried about it. And I suppose the Battle of Mutsu is just a matter of time. I mean, once one of these headquarters shatters, then the other ones will take a lot more damage from the... Or comparatively more damage from the bombing runs and so forth. So sooner or later, it will be over. And there's a bit of a pocket of headquarters in here, which are going to be destroyed. Well, shattered, most likely. Looks like the enemy conscript unit over here in Mutsu is... Well, it's down to 12 organizations. That's not too bad. How's Himeji looking like? Oh, we need to retreat some troops from there. That one definitely needs to retreat. How many troops do we have there? We've got still 10 in reserve, so we're not too bad. We can still hold on. And there's a whole lot more of these elite light infantry divisions that are going to be at the brink of shattering. But they've still got almost 200 units in the reserves as well. Although, if we do have a look at the reserves, most of them seem to be in pretty good shape. At least the first 3 quarters. After that, there's a bit more troops that have shattered at some point not too long ago. So yeah, there's probably about, I don't know, 50 units that are low strength in the reserves. And then there's, of course, quite a few that are not. So which one got the unit? It was actually you, okay. How about you just land the troops into Hakodate? Ooh, medium air radar advance, there we go. That's probably ahead of time. Yep. And drop that one, and we got another... Oh, that's tactical bombers, there we go. Starting to get those as well. How close are we getting the hangar bay maintenance? 3 more squadrons, okay. So we're not far off. Oh, and there's a lot more industry being built very shortly. So I suppose our total industry at least is going to be pretty good. That does mean that, of course, we'll also be converting more energy to oil. So that should help. Not going to be a huge amount of increase in there, but it is an increase. Oh, bit of air combat over Moscow. Ooh. Are the... So these are still reserve planes, and these are the intercepting planes. I suppose we're taking pretty hefty casualties per battle. So it's, while we do switch over the planes, it's going to take a little while. So how's Mutsu looking like? Down to 45% strength on one of these. And our troops in here are still holding on. Are the troops ready to be transported in, actually? I would say yes. Okay, what I'm going to do is the 17th Corps is the garrison. Yeah, okay, so we're going to take the headquarters and the infantry. What we're going to do is we'll actually go and move into the bay here. Then we'll land in the infantry over there. We'll land the headquarters into Sapporo. So that way they'll be within reach and we can assign them under the 3rd Army. Speaking of which, is the... No, Ma is still too far away. Is it in Deju? Well, I suppose we can assign it there now, but... we might need to move it all the way to Weihai. How much is the shore bombardment penalty? 24, almost 26%. Okay, that's pretty decent, actually. Does delay the enemies quite a bit, and actually one of the enemy units has shattered already from there. was one of the elite light infantry divisions. Did we have... Oh no, that's only division attacking from there. Oh, and there we go. Kushiro was a victory. Well, not a massive victory, mind you, but it's still good. And once we've taken that, we should be able to take on the Chromite over here. At least in theory. There's another naval bomber. There we go. So that group is done, and that is done. So actually now we can already start researching the hangar bay maintenance. Finally. On the other hand, we started as a nation without any air force, so it took a while to build all of this. There we are. That's been taken. So can we now take control of the mines? Not yet. It's probably going to have to wait a few days before we get the notifications that, hey, we've taken this and this. Let's go out and redeploy some troops down here. We've got another infantry division that could then join into the combat for Mutsu. Like, if we can take Mutsu, then we've got a lot better situation. We can then start maybe pushing back on some of these. Well, we may need to do, or let them attack us, and then once we've won the combat, then we're going to do a counterattack. But regardless, at least we've taken another island from Japan. So that's 3 of the islands that they've lost, of the 4 main islands. So Honshu is the only one that they really control at this point. And even then, they've lost a chunk of the west half and then a tiny bit in the north. Although the northern part, they might be retaking soon enough. And we have the unit... oh, right. So this could join in the combat. Let's see. So that's now 6 units attacking. The conscripts are below 10 organization. Oh, autarky. Well, we don't really need it too badly. I'm going to take the autarky regardless. Oh, automotive factory. There we go. In Xinjiang. And then, yes, we'll take the resource production. Oh, we've got the air power finally. There we go. Organization, organization regain rate and air organization are both increased. Very good. Oh, I don't know. We had the... So we had taken the resources already. Or the synthetic resources recently as well. But let's actually have a look. How much do we produce in here? Oh, no, that's the wrong city. In Taiwan. Oh. That's a decent bit from energy, that's for sure. Also, metal is pretty decent. Red materials is also quite nice. So we're doing pretty good in the productions in there, I would say. So Hashinola, we may need to retreat some more troops from there. And look like we may need to retreat some more troops from Himeji. We've still got plenty of reserves, though. So let's go ahead and take the general. And that one... Right, well, it's probably easy if we just look through here. So that one. And that one. Retreat down south. We can probably go ahead and send some of the mercenary infantry. Maybe one of the motorized as well instead. And there we go. We got... oh. Yeah, we have 7 divisions. They got 7 divisions attacking. They still got... total over 200 still. So even though they have taken a lot of losses, it's probably not quite sufficient. It looks like the battle in Mutsu... I mean, one of the headquarters just took a decent bit of beating there. I suspect that soon enough they are going to surrender. And then if we can get troops into Mutsu, we can then go ahead and reinforce the... Oh, actually, we did... Speaking of reinforcing, go ahead and send these in here. Then I suppose we can take the headquarters, land in Sapporo. And now with the landing craft in here, there's even more short bombardment, although it's a very small amount. But we should be able to get reinforcements here shortly. That's going to be another unit retreating very shortly as well, though. But I think that should be okay. We did lose some of the IC efficiency, but that's to be expected. We have gotten a little bit more industry, although a lot of it might not be fully operational yet. Okay, so we should get another 3 units here shortly. That's the battle in Mutsu. No, not much has changed there. And in Himeji, we've got probably another mechanized unit that should retreat. Do we have anything else that we could send? We've got some infantry. We could send in another mechanized division, to be fair. So we are tying down quite a bit of both sides of troops here. Of course, they have a lot more troops in that combat than we do. Okay, as soon as we get one of these headquarters away, we should be in pretty good shape. No, that's not ready for combat. And then we got the reinforcements coming from there. Did we? Ah, there we go. The reinforcements have arrived in the landing in here. And we did probably bring in a bit more supplies as well, hopefully. Oh, yes, we did. We got 500 days worth of fuel there. That's a decent bit, I would say. Oh, an automotive factory. There we go. And light cruiser armor advance, so we can research the light cruiser a bit further. Let's go ahead and do that. It's not really up to date, really, but I suppose we can at least do something about it. And prioritize that. Right, how are we looking on the western front? Are the troops, they have mostly arrived in here. Take one of these cores. That's Tula. I'm going to go ahead and redeploy the HQ over there, and then the core itself can get to Tula. We can probably wreck the enemy troops in here. And then we'll take another core. Get that one to Moscow. We can probably move in the infantry over there. Then, yes, we'll take another corps, and probably that could also go to at least close to Moscow. Do we have someone we could probably try to... No, I think that's going to be lost soon enough. Do we have more in here? I suppose we got the motorized troops, although I think... Oh, it's the second corps, right, that's got one of the units that shattered, and that's still quite a while away. So, yeah. Oh, right, and of course we got this corps. It's at least that one's slowly approaching, but everything else is going to take a while, I'm afraid. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take the 4th Infantry Corps, or the 4th one of these infantry corps in here. And I suppose since we've got troops heading to Tula already, I'm going to go ahead and get the HQ over there. And then the infantry corps, or infantry itself, can go to Laptevo. And that way we'll have a bit of troops in here. We can hopefully then wreck the enemy troops here with a lot of firepower, and then slowly start retaking some lands here, like Kaluga, and then maybe cutting off to Rezev, destroying some of the armored units in here. Then after that, maybe turning south to Bryansk, and then, if we are able to, keep on going all the way down to until we reach, well, almost to Ukraine, I suppose. Or like west of Kursk to reach the friendly lines there again. Oh, we got the 47th Infantry Division that needs to retreat. Infantry doesn't fare too well in this sort of combat, but they do damage in the end still. It's going to be another infantry unit from us that will be retreating, which I'm not entirely sure which ship they're going to. Who knows? Well, we've... Oh, actually, that reminds me. We've got the headquarters in here. They should be probably assigned under the 3rd Army. Is it the Naval Infantry Corps that is not assigned under this yet? There we go. So we've got 4 corps in here. That seems to be the correct number. And we're slowly getting into the islands in here, but that's going to take a while before we take anything from there. So while we are still surrounded at Hashinoi, we can at least keep the fight going. And well, yeah, I suppose they haven't retreated anywhere there yet. There's not that much strength left on the enemies in here. Do we have anyone else to join the combat? Not really, not yet. But we do have the numbers in there. We've got over 10 to, well, about almost 12 to 1. So if it doesn't end soon, I'm a bit surprised. Especially when we do some ground attacks there. Right, so we've got a bit more infantry, I guess. So we kind of do need the infantry on the western side here. So we'll just go ahead and assign that one. Get another corps. I suppose what we can do is we can probably take another one of the leaders over here. For example, this one. To take control of the headquarters. There we are. And I suppose this could be under... I will put it under the Western Army Group. For now, anyway. Like, the troops that we have in Japan are mostly going to be sufficient. If we can sort of... Oh, there we go. There's one enemy unit out of Mutsu. And then we can probably get through here. And that does mean that then, of course, Hachinohe does not need to fall. I mean, the enemy is taking quite a bit of casualties there already. Unfortunately, of course, we didn't have any digging bonus there yet. But if we can take Mutsu, we can bring in some interceptors perhaps over here. Probably not a lot of them, but well, it's actually a pretty decent amount of airfield in there. So yeah, no, that's fine. But they are doing the bombing runs in here, which is not helping us all that much. But as soon as we take the port, we can then link up with the troops. Oh, medium bomber turrets are advanced. There we go. Let's go ahead and queue up the next tier of research for the bombers. Oh, and actually, let's get the heavy bomber underway. I suppose the 4-engine transport plane could also be somewhat useful. They got a decent carrier capacity. Also, actually, the helicopters would be a pretty decent thing to research, and it's going to give a bit more combined arms bonus from artillery. Oh, and there we go. That's not looking too strong for the enemy bombers there. Have we gotten... Oh, we have gotten 2 levels of pillboxes already. Right, it looks like the mechanized corps needs to retreat. Let's go ahead and send in another 2 mechanized divisions. And maybe the mercenary infantry. And of course, we may need to retreat another infantry division as well. So that's reducing the combat troops for a brief moment. But we've still got plenty, and I suppose the enemy has... Oh, they've got less than 200 units now attacking. Well, there we go. Well, the battle in Mutsu is almost over. I'm a bit surprised that we managed to hold on to this, to be fair, but we did bring in some reinforcements, so that is making quite a difference. Now, as soon as we won the battle in here, I mean, it's very low on strength. How much is it numbers-wise? It's still got 1,000 men in there. Well, I had 1,000 men in there. Let's go ahead and send in... Oh, there's a light bomber prototype. There we go. Naval infantry can move into Mutsu. We've got 2 infantry units in here that could probably start moving towards Mutsu as well. It's going to be another infantry division that will retreat into the boats very shortly. Largely thanks to the enemy bombing, admittedly, but it's still... Ooh, right, there's some of the infantry units over here that the enemy has that are attacking that are down to 20% strength. That is rather insane. Do we still have... Oh, right, we might have... Oh, yeah, that one's got a infantry unit there. Let's just go ahead and redeploy that into Hakodate. Oh, right, and can we take control over the... Yes, so we can take over the ownership of the captured mines. So Hokkaido is now ours. And that does mean that the Japanese have even less IT efficiency now. At least in theory. Now, admittedly, most of the industry is already going for reinforcement anyway, so it's not like it's going to make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. Oh, we're building an airbase in here. Right, yeah, we do. Well, oh, ooh, we still got the runway created from here. Which one are they bombing? I don't think they're actually bombing the ones that we are already kind of abusing in here with our bombers. Actually, what I suppose I could do is I could stop this runway cratering, and as soon as we've got Mutsu, we can rebase these planes in there, and then from there we can start using... Actually, we might want to bring in some close air support in here as well, but start wrecking the enemy plane, or the enemy ground attack in here, or the ground base attack rather, and then start pushing forward. But we should be arriving in Mutsu very shortly. There we are. We have arrived, and it's a fairly high-level airfield, and it's actually not bad naval base either. So yeah, let's go ahead and rebase that. Did we have any more close air support somewhere in here that is not active currently? But we've got some medium bombers up there. I suppose we can rebase that one in. And we've got the naval bombers, which, to be fair... Oh! Oh, they managed to get the battleship out. I'm a bit surprised by that, actually. I don't know where they got that. Because I'm pretty sure that I did not sink it. But I guess what I can do is I can bring in these planes a little bit closer here somewhere. Maybe put there. So they can maybe reach then to some of the ports up here. I don't know where exactly the fleet is though. But I do see that we are unfortunately out of time with this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.